Welcome back, guys. This is Primus. Today I'm going to be showing you my medieval fort. Now, I still have my shaders mod on from the Nordic cinematic, and I figured I'd just show this fort to you with the shaders on because I think it looks pretty nice. Now, this was built by me on the Starfall server. Uh, it's taken me the good part of a week on and off at way late at night. So let's just dig right into this. It's pretty much outskirts of the walls are a rectangular shape with some spiked corners coming off of it, as well as the buildings in the middle interconnecting with the wall. Now, if we just fly around, you can get a good sense of the detail that went into this, the good shape of the wall. The back is pretty stone built, and the corners rely a lot on wood. Again, stone intermixed with wood I think looks really good. I tried to get a good mix in there. More or less, I think it worked. Yeah, so starting on the outside on the grounds, this was built by me, and actually I had a lot of help on the outside grounds by Mazda. Hope I pronounced that right. He's actually right there floating around. He is the flying sheep dude of the server. And yeah, so he built this lake. I think this brings out a lot in the landscape. You can see it really characterizes that hill there. I think right here you can see that hill. What it does to me is it elevates that wall just a little bit more, makes it seem a little bit taller, and I think it just adds that blue element, that nice refreshing element. Contrasts a lot with the stone and the wood. So I think that came out really well. We got this nice gravel mixed up path. I used a world edit brush. Pretty simple. And then we got some nice little corner pieces made out of stone and all that. Little carriage. Just some supplies hanging around. Coming into the courtyard, you're going to come through this main gate. Got loads of supplies hanging around. You got your archers post practice area. You got your blacksmith. Pretty self-explanatory stuff. I think it looks really good. We got these nice little overhangs that kind of overlap all the other overhangs and all the wall walkways, and it creates this really complex and a lot of depth in the atmosphere. Now, if we come over here, we got simple stables. I couldn't really figure it out, so I just added a little bit of an overhang and put some fence posts down. This is, of course, for the 1.6 snapshot, or update, whatever you want to call it. In here, we just have some bunks, sleeping for probably servants up here. This was built by Mazda, and I really like this. I think it just adds a little bit more, again, depth to the build. It's because you have that another little element of stuff up there, and I'm not actually sure. Yeah, you can get up here in survival mode, so role players and all that stuff. Again, this is built on the Starfall server, so we got that nice little area up there. Moving on, we kind of got two buildings here. We have the keep, which is the central, of course, building and the strong point of the fort, and then we have the Lord's Hall, which for me it's kind of just like a mess hall, but whatever you want to call it. We come in here. We got a nice table, executive chair as I call it, and some nice catwalks up here. We'll get to those a little bit later. That's actually a cool feature of the fort. Coming along, you can see the courtyard's very busy looking. It's very messy, and kind of what I was going for. I wanted it to seem alive, and you can imagine this kind of with players running in and out of here, banners and all that stuff. This is built for the King's Guild, so the colors are white and green, as you may have noticed. Got lots of that element all over here. So moving on into the keep. Oh. Okay, we got some weapon racks, all that fun stuff. We got some more tables. Hello. We got, of course, the kitchen for the Lord and all of his servants. Pretty simple. Coming down here, we got the dungeon. This I actually really like on this place. Now, am I on Moody? Yes, yes, I am. Perfect. We got some dungeon areas here for all the captives. You know, got to keep them somewhere. We got some more weapon racks. Just a lot of storage down here. I think that came out really well with a lot of randomization. Now we got the nice high vaulted ceiling. We're actually going to go up there later. I want to take you on a tour of the walls first. You'll see why in a second. But as you can see, we kind of got this pathway coming along here, but it gets interrupted by these buildings. These buildings kind of meld into the wall, and that creates for some interesting shapes and pathways on the wall. As you can see, there's no way they're getting through that tower there. Now we got some bridges, and then again another break in the wall pathway here. So it creates for some interesting and diverse walkways, I think. So if we come up here, second story of the keep, we got basically 3 entrances to the walls. Now, if we come out here, you'll see we're on a little bridge. There's actually no entrance to the walls from the courtyard. Now, there's a reason for that. It's in a realistic sense, it's because generally when you would have an enemy force invading, if they could get into your courtyard or main stake of the castle, you could actually still have archers firing down on them from the walls, even though they had already been breached. So it adds another sense of protection to the fort. And in a exclusive way, I ran out of room and don't know where to put a staircase. So we got this little area over here, this little bridge. If we actually come over this, we have a nice little overview. Again, another little protective layer for either like the Lord or someone to simply like watch over the courtyard, or in case of an invasion, shoot down at the entrance or at invaders in the courtyard. Coming in here, we got a little view of the catwalk over here of the Lord's Hall. Pretty simple. Are you shooting me? Mazda, where are you? Where are you, sheepman? I will find you. Alright, that's that. Over here we got the tower of the keep. We got lots of little portholes all over the place. And up here we have the tower. Again, like the turret's pretty simple, pretty I think it came out really good. The tower, it melds quite well in, I think, this area, especially around the wall and building. We got the open top. I really like open top turrets. That's just kind of my thing. But yeah, so coming back down from there, we actually have another entrance to the wall out over here. And again, got beds for servants and all that. There's a sleeping room for the Lord upstairs, but we won't go to that. Alright, so here's the other door. We got, again, we're on the walkway, and I really like this kind of enclosed almost feel. And then you got, of course, your shooting areas. You could even come up here and fire down. Up here you have quite the dominance over the region. If we come, you can simply walk along this area here, and it's going to work just fine until you hit about here, in which case it is going to break up the wall with that roof. What you need to do is you need to come in here and walk along this catwalk, and you actually need to come out the other door. I actually really like that. I think it breaks up the mood and adds a little bit of maziness, a little bit of diversity to the whole thing. So we're going to change the time to 1000 right there, and then of course the wall ends here. The rest of the wall, this little segment here, you need to access from the bridge here. So all the walls can be accessed, it's just a matter of getting to them, and I really like that about this build, is that it's not just a straightforward build. It's kind of mazy, it's kind of different. Now in terms of the construction of the actual thing, we have a funky little roof design here. It intertwines stone brick and some recessed wood. This is the basis of this concept is not developed by me. It was developed by another person on the server. Boke. I think I pronounced that right. Hope so. I'll leave a link in the description to his channel. So what I did is I took his style, I slanted it, and then I added this middle piece, which I don't even know where it came from, out of my head. And no, I think it actually turned out really well. It kind of continues the elements of wood and stone. And again, we have kind of an upgraded version over here, kind of a large version, obviously, for the bigger roof. And yeah, so same basic concepts there. I think the roofs really look good and kind of continue the theme I've been going on here of wood and stone, wood and stone. Okay, so we basically got the banners. The walls are pretty simple. They're actually kind of an interesting way I did it. Started off with a really simple shape, and I crammed and layered and detailed it until I couldn't handle it anymore and I had to go to bed. So I think it looks fantastic. I want to know what you guys think, obviously, because one guy is not the best at interpreting things. So again, we have a pretty standard wall segment here, and then obviously we have the corner bits, which I actually had to world edit into place there. All the corners are the same except for the flags and some other small details that I did change on each one. And then of course we have the interconnecting bits. And yeah, so I think that came out really well. In terms of the walls, nothing really too special. Over here I just kind of stuck with some recessed cobblestone overlaid with stone brick. A little bit of fence gates in here to add a little bit of wood color. I think that's about it, actually. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave any feedback you have in the comment section below. I love reading it. With that, again, all links will be in the description. Don't believe we have an official website yet. When we do, I'll put it in the description, obviously. With that, hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys next time.